Good morning, I'm meteorologist Dave Nussbaum. 10 o'clock our time right now. Newest numbers coming in here from the Hurricane Center at the 10 o'clock update. No change initially here. Winds are 105 miles per hour and moves northwest at 17, about 65 miles there, west-southwest of Cabo Catoche, Mexico, as it continues to work its way basically off to the west of Cancun. It will be emerging in the Gulf of Mexico here probably by midday today as a Category 2 hurricane. So it's compact little hurricane now. Once it moves into the Gulf, expected to expand in size. Still a Category 2 as we head on into later today and then into tomorrow by Thursday 7 a.m. already up to a Category 3. So it's moving over very warm water, no wind shear expected at this point, and a lot of humidity or a lot of moisture in the atmosphere. So it should be able to strengthen back to a Category 3. Maintain a Category 3 status now. So earlier I was telling you that it was likely getting to a 4. Most of the models kind of backing down on that. That's some good news, right? We don't want it to be a Category 4, but this is still going to be a large major hurricane in the western part of the Gulf of Mexico, you see here. So by Friday 7 a.m. it's off of our coastline south of Cameron, Louisiana. Now Cameron, if you remember, was hit by Category 4 Laura just a few weeks ago. So we're looking at potentially still a major hurricane and even still possibly landfall as a Category 3. Hate to say it, but in Cameron Parish as we get into Friday during the afternoon hours. So timeline, again, like we talked about this morning, has been moved up a little bit. If you notice, New Orleans is not in the forecast cone anymore with this. The confidence is like at least still seeing this kind of moving its way a little more to the west. So that track earlier today was over near, say, Vermilion Bay. Now it's shifted more over toward Cameron, Louisiana, again, which was devastated by Laura. So that's the last thing everyone needs across that part of the state. But this potentially could be a major hurricane hitting there. It'll quickly weaken here as it gets up near Alexandria down to a Category 1 hurricane and continue on its track farther off to the north there across the Ohio Valley as we head into Sunday and into Monday. So we're still looking at the track kind of taking that curve here, and the question will be exactly when does it start to turn. That'll depict exactly where we're looking at landfall. The latest is the turn's going to take a little longer, so that's why the track has been shifted a little bit more away from us and over southwest Louisiana now, which again, the last place you want that to happen. We do again have this likely becoming a Cat 3, no longer a Category 4 over the Gulf of Mexico, possibly Vermilion Bay. Now we're seeing southwest Louisiana, and it will be a large hurricane, so we are going to see a widespread area of that heavy rain, surge, and wind threat. There's our ridge of high pressure that's going to help to steer this off to our northwest, and then there's this trough coming in right in through here. See where those wind streams are diving down? That is pulling this to the north. Now the new latest model data shows it will be a little bit more to the west here before it pulls it off here across part of Louisiana, weakening it to a 1 as we move into Friday night. This is 7 o'clock at night. So this is going to be coming in during Friday afternoon here across, unfortunately, southwest Louisiana at this point. So we have the warm water. That's going to help to intensify quite a bit out there as well, too. Now, we do have new hurricane watches in effect from Grand Isle westward to High Island, Texas. So a hurricane watch is now in effect for those areas. We do have storm surge watches also in effect that include Lake Pontchartrain, Maurepas, Lake Bourne area, all the way across parts of Lower Plaquemines Parish and heading on into Texas. Those numbers are still coming in, but likely around 2 to 4 feet of water maybe in the lakes. We're looking at maybe 3 to 5 feet or greater as you go to the west of the mouth of the river, and then higher amounts where landfall will be across southwest Louisiana, potentially up to 7 to maybe 9 to 10 feet of water there. So this is going to be a big hurricane, a big wind impact from this as well too, and it's going to be weakening as mentioned because of the cooler waters here immediately off our coast. But since it's going to be moving fairly quickly, that's going to allow the storm to kind of maintain itself a little bit longer, not just dissipate. The water's not cold enough for that to happen. We do have, again, not as high oceanic heat content there like we did in the Caribbean where it rapidly intensified, but we still have to deal with that going on in. And you can see the wind field here is going to expand quite a bit. And then as we go on into Louisiana, look and see here, we still see some tropical storm winds possible here Friday, but the worst of it is going to be closer to the Lake Charles area now as it continues to work its way farther inland. Rain totals about 7 to 10 inches, again, where landfall is going to be, and significantly lower as you get to our area, maybe about an inch or 2 is kind of all we're looking at least at this point. So we'll continue to keep a close eye on that moving forward here, but definitely preparing for, again, some tropical storm force winds out there late Thursday into Friday. And again, you can see kind of closer to to Jennings and into parts of Cameron Parish, where we are expecting to see the strongest winds. But notice our probability here in New Orleans, it's down still about 60–70% probability of seeing some tropical storm force winds here. So we do need to be prepared for some of those as we head on into Friday during the day. So that could cause some power outages here and maybe some trees, of course, down as well across the area. We'll have another complete update. Peyton is here. He'll be updating you at noon today. So we'll get you more of that information here coming up in just about 2 hours. But right now, again, we are expecting landfall to be a little bit farther off to the west now across southwest Louisiana, but still a lot of time to watch the system. Now's the time to be prepared. Start picking up all your Halloween decorations. 40-mile-per-hour winds enough to blow them away. So try to put them away until we get this weekend, and then you can bring them back out. All right, we'll go back to regular programming here now, and we'll have another update coming up today at noon.